Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Daggerfall Unity. Last time around we were talking about doing some enchanting, and I think we're going to enchant one of our Daedric longswords using our Draggingling Soul, and then I guess we'll go do a quest or explore around. So we don't really have any particular plans for this episode. By the way, look at this nice shadow of the animation of the magic item smith. You can sort of see it right here. It's a little bit hard to see, but pretty nice. First of all, we need to actually go get some money from the bank because we don't really have enough money in our inventory to do the amount of enchanting that we want to do here. So we're gonna head over to the bank first. And I think, let me check. I guess we've sold everything that we need to sell. All of this stuff is stuff that we're keeping around for whatever reason. We actually don't have our armor on at the moment because, yeah, we're taking everything off to see what we want to enchant. In addition to enchanting our Daedric longsword, I think you want an item that increases our charisma to use in towns. Which obviously, charisma, well, the spell is charisma, I believe, but it just basically boosts your personality up, which could be quite useful for selling things, getting good prices, stuff like that. So I'll have to check how many enchantment points you need to enchant something with charisma. If we don't have anything that is enough enchantment points to do so, then we'll just wait till we get something. But if not, we definitely want a charisma spell that we can use in towns from now on. But for now, let's just head into the bank. And I don't know how much money we'll need, but we'll withdraw. We'll just get... Oh, we have a lot of money in our inventory right now. Is it a letter of credit? 14,572. Let's withdraw as a letter of credit, like 70,000. That should be enough for whatever we want to do. Probably won't even use that much, but just in case. Let's grab our horse now and we'll head back to the Mages Guild. I'm surprised we haven't gotten a quest from the cartographers in a while. I don't think we have any note from them. This was like our note telling us that we ranked up, basically. That's our letter of credit, and these are all just main quest notes. So yeah, I guess we haven't got anything from them. That would be fun to do. The last one I enjoyed quite a lot, finding that Witch's Coven. And I also looked up how much we need to increase our restoration by to get the next rank in the Mages Guild. We need to get to 63, so another 6 points in restoration. The Mages Guild's right over here. So what we're going to want to do is, let's see, make magic items. We want to enchant our longsword. We can add our soulbound dragonling. And now, what I was thinking was something that enhances one of our skills, like critical strike, because that will give us just like a ton of power. So enhancing critical strike. Also, another skill that would be good to enhance would be long blade, obviously since we're using long blade. Let me see, long blade. So I thought we would add those two in. Let me check if there's any other skills that we might want to increase. I think those would be only 2 I was thinking of. Now the only thing about this is that we have to remember to take off the weapon when we rest. So apparently if the skills are enhanced, I guess that makes it harder to train, or you won't train if it's above 100 or something like that. So whenever we rest, which is when you get training for a skill you've been using, we'll have to take off the weapon. So we will have to remember that, but I think we should be able to. And then we want cast when strikes. I think Energy Leech is better than the Vampiric Touch, just because we already have Restoration that we use to heal ourselves. We could also do something like Magical Leech, which might be quite useful. We could do that too, even though we already have Spell Absorption. That would just maximize our ability to use magic. And then also the last one we wanted was Cast when held, Wisdom. That will increase our intelligence up. So I think this is the stuff that we want. Yeah. So let's check here. Daedric Longsword, Critical Strike, Long Blade, Energy Leech, Magical Leech, Wisdom. Yeah, that's pretty OP if I do say so myself. So let's put on everything that we have, enchanted and non-enchanted alike. Let's see. Ebony Cuirass, yeah. And then we also wanted to check on potentially enchanting something with Charisma. Let's see. Cast when used, enhanced skill, it'd be cast when held, it'd be charisma, where is that? 1200. So do we have anything that has 1200 enchantment points inside of it? 2700. Our helmet could, except I don't want to enchant our helmet because it's our only Daedric helmet, and I don't want it to degrade, so... I guess what we'll do is we won't enchant it for now, but I think what we should do is... Let's actually save the game right here. What we'll do is we'll buy another Soul Trap, and if we have the up trap to Soul Trap something like a Vampire, we can use that to boost up the total enchantment points of our a particular weapon, or I guess our Ebony Cuirass has 800. So we just need something that will give us an extra 400 enchantment points. We could actually buy one that already has an enchantment in it, but that's kind of expensive to do, and we can just do it ourselves, so we won't do that. Let's see. So I just want a regular Soul Trap. 5,000 golds. Okay. We can actually check out what items he has. Sometimes he has some good stuff. Sapphire of Shocking, cast when used. Will Wildfire, Mithril Leaping Saber, Levitate, Light. Now something that this is interesting. Something that when you wear it, it gives off light. That'd be quite useful. Even though we obviously have our lantern and our magic spells, something that does it automatically would be kind of good. This actually could be good. I think we already have something that cures poison at the moment, but it's always good to have something around that cures poison on you, just in case something bad happens. This is cool. Holy Water of Venom Spitting. It helps you speak Dragonish. Obviously not very useful, but that's a cool item. I like that. So yeah, we just spent a whole lot of money. Hopefully it was worth it. But now we're pretty much open to do whatever we want to do. We could travel to a dungeon, I guess, to do a quest and try and soul trap something else. And why is yes, I was gonna ask why isn't usually our luck is up, but this is all the other stuff that boosts up our stats. So you can see now we have 4 of our, 8 stats boosted up to 100. Pretty cool. We do really want charisma. I feel like that's a good investment to get something that will boost up our charisma. Actually, I wonder if there's I'm sure there's like a charisma spell. Buy spell, charisma. Yeah, let's buy that. I wonder too if enchantments are cheaper if you cast charisma first. Let's test that out. As you'd expect with more ability, things are cheaper. So let's see here. So we have another Daedric Longsword. Let's see how much it would cost with a charisma spell to enchant something that does. Let's see, where was it? Magical Leech, Energy Leech. Enhances skill. Long Blade. Enhances skill. Critical Strike. There's one other thing, I think, right? Cast when held. Wisdom, I think, right? No, I think that was exactly how much it cost. 51,000. So that I don't think affects things. But anyways, we'll go ahead and remove all of our enchanted stuff for the time being because we don't want it to degrade. Until we figure out what we're actually going to go do. Let's see if there's any interesting quests here to check out. Oh, right. Here we go. Get quests. Let's see what they have available for us. Rogue Imp, Banished Daedra, an Illusory Hunt, Stubborn Scholar. We've done some of this stuff already. Daedric Submission. That sounds interesting. That sounds like it involves fighting Daedra. Culling the Herd. I haven't seen that one. Let's try Culling the Herd. Let's see what they say. If a matter of the greatest sensitivity, Titian, a guild member of a high rank must be removed by force, and the task will require skill, intelligence, and wit. Please will you accept it? Yes. Then let me tell you concerning the matter. Daggerfall is home to Rodane Yilsmith, one of the most talented mages in all of Daggerfall, and he also conjures the dead for his foul purposes. If left to follow his course, he could become a new Archmagister with sufficient time. This cannot be. Take this Malachite. It is enchanted to send him to Yedin's web. Do not point it at yourself, for it will wipe away a recall effect and leave you stranded within the depths. Lead Rodan Yilsmith to the Woodcroft residence at Woodcroft Court and use it there. Then follow him to the cave and slay him. You will likely not have more than 33 days once he is teleported there. Are you ready? Best of luck. Okay, wait, hold on. So we're going to take the Malachite, not point it at ourselves, but we're going to lead this guy, Rodin Yulesmith, to the Woodcroft residence at Woodcroft Court, and then use it there on him. And then once we've teleported him there, we're going to go find him in the cave and kill him. Is that right? Rodin Yulesmith comes out from the adjoining rooms, far from earshot. You my escort? Well, this will do then. Let us be off to Woodcroft Court. Eggerstar Greensmith smiles nervously at you and wishes you luck. Okay. That guy does look like quite a dark character, not gonna lie. He looks like the sort of person who would do that. So, we have to travel to the Woodcroft Court at a home called the Woodcroft Residence. Okay, Woodcroft Court. Cool. Let's head there now. Okay, here we are. Now we just have to find the residence in question. Hello, sir. It's north of here. Okay. So it's this direction. All the way up. It's the last house. You know what's funny about the names in Daggerfall? I always feel like they follow. I'm not sure how the name generation works, but it definitely follows a very interesting rule because it's always something like Yulesmith, Woodcroft, Morsley, things like that. Well, very well, Enchanter. Let us be on with this. Show me your experiment the Archmagister is so flustered about. Now is the time to use the Malachite. Okay. How do I use it? Where is it? Malachite, use. You raise the Malachite into the air and it flashes brightly. Rodin Yulesmith cries out in a stupor, his magical force being drained during the teleportation. Within seconds, the room is as before, except without your colleague. Now to find him in Yedin's web and put an end to this. Wonderful. Now we head to the dungeon. I think we have everything we need to go to the dungeon. Yeah, our inventory is pretty much free. There's a lot of weight, but that will be fixed once we put on our items and put some stuff in the wagon. Like all this extra stuff doesn't need to be here. Let's see. Everything other than our claymore can go into the wagon. I guess we should keep something for bashing down doors since we don't want to waste our... Well, we can use the claymore to bash down doors. We can repair it, so it's no big deal if it gets a little bit degraded. To Yedin's web we go. It will be fun to chant out our enchanted weapon, or test out our enchanted weapon and see how it works. Okay, here we are in Yedin's web. Let's go ahead and use our lantern. Set a recall spell right here. And we'll throw on our dungeon crawling stuff now. An animal carcass. Right, that's the broken... our wilderness encounters module within the... wait, there's something we forgot to throw on our ring. Our wilderness encounters module within Warm Ashes is broken somewhat, unfortunately. I'll save the game right here. 5:16. Alright, let's try this out. Ugh. Damn, I hate locked doors. They're just such a pain. Even though I meant to have my lantern on, it doesn't even feel like I do, to be quite frank. Where is it? It is on. Oh, and it just died. We'll cast a spell. We'll cast... Oh no, we don't even have any mana, so we have to use the other lantern. Ooh, Daedric Greaves. Now that's very interesting. I'll gladly equip that. Now, our sword does have magical leech, so I imagine that it should give us magic when we attack magic casters, right? I mean, that's how that should work, I would assume. We want to rest, but of course, before we rest, we should take all of this off. Again, a big pain, but that's how it is. Oh, there's an enemy right here. Shit. Now I have to put all this back on. Hello, sir. Alright, now let's try and rest here. Another thing we should check actually is what our raised critical strike stat is and what our raised longsword stat is. So let's see here. 106% long blade and 76% critical strike. That's pretty good. Check if there's any secret door down here or anything. And make sure we're actually going somewhere we haven't been before. We are. Dungeons like this are the worst. I hate dungeons that have this layout, probably more than any other Daggerfall dungeons. They're too like windy and annoying to follow. You can see the energy leech spell just worked. I think it increased our... you can see it increasing the red bar if you pay attention when I strike, and our fatigue bar is low. Like, look at this. This is the most, like, cancerous, like, possible layout you can imagine for a dungeon. It's just so irritating. And imagine this, but it's massive. You know, not without without the small dungeon setting on. Complete hell. I'm actually thinking about turning it off. I don't know what people think about that, but I feel like the dungeon encounters just haven't been long enough to satisfy me. I wonder if this is him. Okay, it's not. I don't know what it'll look like. I assume he'll look like, you know, a caster of some sort. One other thing I did recently was I turned on a Unity setting I didn't have on that I noticed I didn't have on when I was changing the nudity filter to back on from being off. And the setting I'm talking about is more variety in dungeons in terms of enemy NPCs. So what I mean by that is there's a setting basically that will give you more dungeon variety in NPCs, and I didn't have it on, which is cool because a lot of dungeons in Daggerfall will only spawn like a subset of particular enemies, such as what is this? It weighs a shitload. It's only worth 6 gold. I'll take it. That'd be a good time to rest. Spam restoration and then we'll rest. Oh, I keep taking this off. This isn't enchanted. This is enchanted though. All of this is enchanted. Okay. So, right. What was I saying? So, yeah, I didn't have it on, and I thought it would be a good thing to have on. Just because, let's see, magic items. It's nice to have a variety in dungeons, for sure. So I've turned that on, so we should see a bigger variety of NPCs in dungeons now. Which is why I was actually surprised to see, I assumed that the first, like, humanoid character we saw would be the quest NPC, because this dungeon appeared to be like a spider, you know, mummy dungeon, and those sorts of dungeons usually don't have humanoids as well, so I think it is the setting kicking in that's giving us that variety. Oh, our open spell actually worked for once. It's a miracle. This dungeon actually feels kind of big. I guess it's just like very spiraling, you could say. Let's turn back here. Head through here. Now, the one nice thing about not having a huge variety of NPCs in dungeons has been that if you notice an NPC that's out of place in a dungeon, like they're not, you know, it's an animal dungeon and you see a humanoid, you automatically know that it's the quest NPC, because obviously you don't expect them to be in that variety of dungeons, so they must be the quest NPC. Of course, I'd rather have the variety than that nice marker, but it's not a huge deal. There's a secret door right over here. We're getting good at spotting those. Let's make sure See, we haven't been in this area yet. Okay, good. Yeah, so as I was saying, I'm considering turning off the small dungeon setting just because I like long episodes of dungeon crawling. I don't know what to say. Call me a masochist. I feel like the ideal setting would be... What I'd like is most dungeons to be the size of the small dungeon mod, but for bigger quests, it gets adjusted. So, like, there are certain quests where you get to put into bigger dungeons. Now, I would like there to be a hard limit on the biggest Daggerfall dungeons, because they're just unreasonable. I mean, the very biggest ones... Hello, Harpy. The absolute very biggest Daggerfall dungeons are just unreasonably big, so I don't want to deal with those. But what I like is like a gradient, so just a slightly bigger dungeons a little bit more often. I would actually enjoy. So obviously there's no way to do that. You pretty much have to choose at the moment. But that would be an adamantium daikatana. Certainly take that. We might as well just get rid of our mithril daikatana at this point. Or enchant it or something. We can enchant it with charisma and use it. Just bring it around when we want to go to towns. If it has enough enchantment points to enchant with charisma, that is. Let's see. Okay. Gotta find somewhere we haven't been. Straight up here and to the left. Looks like there's a... Wait, was I right about that? Oh, turn around. Here, there's a door. And there's nothing in this door. Wonderful. Okay. All right, let's evaluate. Let's do some map analysis here, like the good cartographers that we are. If we go straight down here. Ooh. Oh, right over to the right, there's another hidden door. And there's someone on the other side trying to break through. We'll let them break through. I think usually they can get through on their own. I'm not sure, though. Maybe we can give them some help here. Throw on this adamantium daikatana. The adamantium looks nice. Oh, this must be him. Rodan's Eosmith eyes burn furiously. I knew this would happen. I knew it all along. Once I'm finished with you, all of Daggerfall will smolder. He casts an incantation. Rodan's Eosmith's body slumps down. The battle is over. You take his official seal as proof of the deed. Spell was absorbed. We get magic back. God, our enchantments are so good. We got a map for the location of Vojladen, another dungeon. We'll take all this back. Hello, Wraith. I'm gonna throw on... I guess we don't need to use our enchanted... I guess we should be saving our really enchanted sword for times when we really need it badly. Oh, this must be... those Wraiths must have been his incantation, like he made these guys appear. Holy shit. I like the enchantment spell effects that get shown in the top left, although they're a little bit big. Oh, look at this. If I run straight up here, I get stuck. Anyways, let's... I guess we should recall, but we should rest first before we recall. Go ahead and remove our enchanted items. Rest. And we leveled up. I think we said we wanted to increase our intelligence a bit. Our willpower. The thing is we can boost up our intelligence now, like with enchantments. So it's not 100% necessary to get it really high at this point. Our strength we can boost up with enchantments. We can boost up almost everything with enchantments. Personality will be taken care of by charisma. I think maybe willpower. We can just put willpower up. The other thing we could do, luck is increased by enchantments too. And we'll just go with these two. Continue to get these two up. Try and get them to like 70 each. Would be ideal. We're a very high level now though. Legitimately a very high level. Teleport to our anchor. Let's actually check out this room that we weren't able to get in. I guess it led us to pretty much nowhere. A lot of these secret doors or locked rooms just end up being nothing. Alright, let's head out. I have the urge to just explore the wilderness, honestly. Just start heading off in one direction and seeing what happens. One sad thing, like I said, is that Warm Ashes is divided up into multiple modules. One of them is Wilderness Encounters, which gives you random encounters in the wilderness, but our version of Wilderness Encounters is broken for some reason. I don't know, somewhere down the line it broke. Don't know exactly how to fix it. Basically, we'd have to try and debug it, but at the moment it's just not working, so we're not able to get random encounters in the wilderness due to Warm Ashes at the moment. But let's head back to the city of Daggerfall. And our lantern died again. Let's refill our lanterns with oil before we forget to do so. I think both of them need oil recharging. Yeah, let's see here. If we use our oil, that lantern gets us good. So now we'll use oil again. This lantern should be good now. Beautiful. Put this oil back in our inventory. I can't carry anything, right? Because I don't have my ring on. So let's go return the quest to the Mages Guild first. Head south. And then we will rest for the night, because it's, 1:30 in the morning, we're probably pretty tired. We'll go sell our things, and then we'll be good. I think this building is the Mages Guild straight ahead of us. So let's hop in here and return this quest. Oh, right. I guess it's too late at night to do so. Alright, so let's just head to a inn and rest for the night. And spamming restoration so that we hopefully train it when we sleep. Hello, sir. I would like a room for 1 day, please. Make sure we don't have anything enchanted on. We don't. Perfect. And now we rest. We'll rest until fully healed. That should get us to the morning. It's now 10:44. Now, the Mages Guild won't open till 11, but we'll actually just go and sell our things first while we wait for it to turn to 11 o'clock. So, first we need to go to, well, there's an alchemy store right here we could sell our things at. Where is the alchemy store? This is it right here. I'm not going to save the game as well, just in case something happens. Alright, actually, I'd prefer to go to the other alchemy store in town because it would give us better prices. Let's see, up here to the northeast. And I know I mentioned this before, but just to remind everyone in case I'll often say I'll go into a store and I'll say, oh, this isn't the right store, you don't want to go here for better prices. The message that you get when you enter a store differs by store, and the message you get can tell you how good prices they'll give you. So if it's a store that seems to be of a very high quality, for instance, this message, incense and soft music soothe your nerves, you'll get bad prices. If it's a message more like this, the items here are sound and functional, but a little more than that, you'll get better prices. So that's why I always go here to sell things. Now, of course, actually, this would be an opportunity. Actually, you know what? I've changed my mind. Before we sell anything, let's get an item that enhances charisma and test out if that really does give us better prices. I think in theory it should. We could even get something that enhances charisma and mercantile at the same time. And that should be something we carry around and use when we're selling things. So we're gonna let's head to the Mages Guild and do that before we do anything else. So we want to go enchant a Daikatana, I think. Let's see, make magic items. What do we have? Adamantium Daikatana. That actually just barely gives us what we need. So, cast when held. Where is it? Charisma. 1200. versus enhances skill. Can we enhance mercantile? We can. So you know what? Let's wait till we get a soul gem that we can actually use to boost up our enchantment points and give us one item that can cover everything that we want. I guess we should have tried to soul. There wasn't anything worth soul trapping in that last dungeon we went to, so we'll wait and see if we can get access to a vampire or something soon. I'll actually look up once again like what enemies give you how many enchantment points, and if there's any enemy other than a vampire that would give us enough enchantment points to boost our Daikatana or our armor up to the level of being able to put on both enhancing mercantile and giving us the charisma. So let's go ahead and first of all we'll sell what we don't need here. So let's see. So we have Daedric Greaves now. It's probably worth keeping the Adamantium Greaves to enchant. But all of this... Don't think I need any of this. Steel Warhammer. No, 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 no. Don't need that, don't need that, don't need that, don't need that. Wagon. We have like a lot of Greaves now. Since I have the Daedric, I probably don't need to keep all of these Adamantium Greaves, so I'll sell one of them for now. Now this Ebony Claymore might be worth to keep for enchanting, so we'll keep it for now. We now have... Actually, we now have... Maybe we don't need the Mithril Daikata anymore, because I think the Ebony Claymore is better, has more enchantment points in it. But we'll wait and figure that out, and whichever one has more enchantment points, we'll sell the other one. Because let's actually check. 6 to 24 damage. So the Adamantium does just as much damage as the Mithril, but it's obviously better than the Mithril, because it has more enchantment points. So the Mithril is almost useless to us at this point, other than to keep for like a store enchantment, basically. To wear before we sell things. Let's see. Do we want to sell any of this stuff? We'll keep the Adamantium boots. Yeah, everything else we'll keep, so we'll sell all of that. Check as we go out if he has anything we want in the store. I doubt he will. We'll check the store across the street, even though he almost certainly won't have anything we want. No, I don't want any of that. And now we go sell our herbs and such at the alchemy shop. I know the alchemy shop is right here. Let's see, wagon. Surely we have some. There it is. There's all the stuff we want to sell. Not very much money, but every penny counts. And, oh, we have some clothing to sell, actually, so we'll head to the clothing shop and sell that. Where is the clothing shop? Here it is. Let's see here. Yeah, we don't want any of that. What does the clothing shop even sell? Like, I guess we could get things, you know, to enchant like a vest, because we have like a vest that absorbs spells right now, I think, which is kind of nice. So that would be the use of this sort of stuff. Other than that, it's just purely, you know, aesthetic. So I think we'll wrap things up for now. Thank you everyone for watching. I think next time, I think a main quest, another quest in the main quest line is on the card, since we haven't done one in a while. I don't think we'll do that next time, but very soon. And next time I think I might just do some exploring, maybe find an enemy that we can use to soul trap, and get something to enhance our charisma / mercantile. So I'll look forward to then, and for now, thanks everyone for watching, and see you soon.